Shalom, Most High Christ bless. My name is Captain Joel of Israelite Christ. And today we're going to discuss a follow-up series of what we went over concerning William Miller and the Millerites movements with the Adventists and Ellen G. White, the founder of the Seventh-day Adventist religion. Now, the question is, are the Seventh-day Adventists, are they following the Bible according to as it is written? Is that a religion that was ordained by God, or is it another false denomination that was given to us by the lies of the devil and the trickery of the European colonizers that enslaved us and forced us with their religions, their man-made religions? Now we're going to go to the book of Matthew chapter 16 verse 18 concerning the different denominations of religions that our people so ignorantly follow. And I say also unto thee, thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. So the Bible says, upon this rock I shall build my church. Did it say upon Ellen G. White that God will build the foundation of his church? Did it say again upon Jehovah's Witness will God build his church? Did it say upon the Roman Catholic Church God will build his church? It says upon this rock God will build his church. Let's go to the rock. Who is it according to the Bible? 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 4. And did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drink of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ. So the church is supposed to be built off of the foundation of that rock, which rock is Christ. So the foundation of the Seventh-day Adventist religion was built off of Ellen G. White and not Christ. Because where did Christ come down and teach that I'm not sent but to the lost sheep of the Seventh-day Adventist religion? Nowhere in the Bible. So the rock and the foundation in which the church is supposed to be built off of is Jesus Christ, the black Messiah according to the scriptures. Now, is the church talking about the Roman Catholic Church? Is the church talking about the Seventh-day Adventist Church? Is it talking about the Protestant Church? Is it talking about the Anglican Church? Is it talking about the Seventh-day Adventist Church or the Mormon Church or the Jehovah's Witness Church? Which church is it talking about? You must go precept upon precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little and there a little, to get the proper understanding according to the Bible. Now let's go to the book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 37, to see who is the church that's supposed to be built off of the foundation of the rock, which is Jesus Christ. This is that Moses which said unto the children of Israel, a prophet shall the Lord your God raise up unto you of your brethren, like unto me. Him shall ye hear. This is he that was in the church in the wilderness with the angel which spake to him in the Mount Sinai, and with our fathers who received the lively oracles to give unto us. So the church that will be built off of the foundation of Christ is talking about the church in the wilderness, which is the children of Israel, which we just read. So the church is not talking about all nations or all races of people. The church is talking about the Israelites, who you people are, that suffered and experienced the slave trade in the South Pacific Islands, Papua New Guinea, New Caledonia, or Fijian Islands, Solomon Islands, the Melanesian Islands, or that experienced the trans-Saharan slave trade, the Indian Ocean slave trade, as well as the transatlantic slave trade. We are the church. We're the children of Israel. That's foundation is supposed to be built off the black Messiah, Jesus Christ, and keeping God's laws, and not these different denominations and religions that we were taught during slavery. Now, let's go to the foundations of the Sabbath day. And who was the Sabbath given to? Because the Seventh-day Adventists even got that wrong. The book of Genesis chapter 2 verse 1. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. So the seventh day Sabbath is based upon creation. God rested on the seventh day from all his work which he has made. He sanctified it and made it holy. But some of you Christians, you worship on Sunday. In order to worship, and you said it's Christ's resurrection, so the Sabbath was changed to Sunday. In order to change the Sabbath to Sunday, which is the first day of the week, you have to change the account of creation. I'll say it again. In order to change the Sabbath to Sunday, you have to change the account from creation, because the seventh-day Sabbath was based upon him resting on the seventh day of creation. Now, let's get to see where it was given as law to the children of Israel. Let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. So God is giving account on the seventh-day Sabbath, the creation in it, that he hallowed it and he rested on it. So he's given the laws that remember the Sabbath day. Remember based upon what? Creation. That we're not supposed to buy, we're not supposed to sell, we're not supposed to cook with fire on it, and we're not supposed to work. He says, remember, he sanctified it and hallowed it. Now, was the seventh-day Sabbath, is it created for everybody? Was everybody given? Was it given to the Seventh-day Adventist religion? Even though there's more than one high holy day, seventh-day Sabbath is one high holy day that was given to the Israelites. There's Passover, there's memorial blowing trumpets, there's Pentecost, there's Day of Atonement, there's the new moons. But do you keep those in the Seventh-day Adventist? You say that God's laws are done away with, but you keep the seventh-day Sabbath. Which one is it? Now, let's see who was the Sabbath given to. The book of Exodus, chapter 31, verse 13. Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, verily my Sabbaths ye shall keep. Notice it says, verily my Sabbaths, meaning more than one Sabbath, because Passover is a Sabbath. Memorial blowing trumpet is a Sabbath. Day of Atonement is a Sabbath. Feast of Pentecost is a Sabbath. Feast of Tabernacle is a Sabbath. New moon is a Sabbath. These are all Sabbath days. It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day he rested and was refreshed. So you might say, well, the seventh-day Sabbath was created in the book of Genesis. It was based upon creation. Was the Israelites back then? God is telling you who it was made for. It doesn't show you in the book of Genesis that the Sabbath was given to everybody, but in Exodus, after Genesis, he's clarifying the people that it was made and sanctified for. It wasn't sanctified for Ellen G. White. It was only made and sanctified for the children of Israel according to the Bible. And gave us a body unto Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of thine hands, and this breathed into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee. Jump to verse 7. And unto him thou gavest commandments to love thy way, which he transgressed, and immediately thou appointest death in him, and generations of whom came nations, tribes, people, and kindreds out of number. And every people walked after their own will, and did wonderful things before thee, and despised thy commandments. But I thought in the book of Genesis, the Sabbath day was for every people before the children of Israel. Now, did they keep it? The Bible says that everybody walked after their own will and despised God's commandment. So did they keep the Sabbath? No, they didn't, because it was never for them. They did not keep God's commandments. They did their own will. Let's keep reading. And again, in process of time, thou broughtest the flood upon those that dwelt in the world, and destroyed them. And it came to pass in every of them that as death was to Adam, so was the flood to these. So what happened? Because everybody walked after their own will and hated God's commandments, they didn't keep the Sabbath back then. So what did God do? He destroyed everybody on the earth. You said the Sabbath was made for everybody. So why didn't everybody keep it? God killed everybody but Noah and his 8 sons, and from Noah came the chosen seed. And the Israelites was reintroduced to Sabbath and was sanctified and hallowed, and it was a sign between them and God forever, for everlasting covenant. So Those are some things that the Seventh-day Adventist religion gets wrong, saying that the Sabbath was made for everybody when we just read, according to the Bible, that the Sabbath was made for the children of Israel. Now let's go to the book of Mark chapter 2, verse 27. Because people will say, but what about Jesus Christ and what he said about the Sabbath? And he said unto them, the Sabbath was made for man and not man for the Sabbath. So, now all of a sudden, the Sabbath is made for man and not man for the Sabbath. Was Christ talking to everybody? John chapter 18. Jesus answered him, I speak openly to the world. I ever taught in the synagogue and in the temple, whither the Jews always resort, and in secret have I said nothing. So Christ was speaking to the Jews. So the Sabbath was made for man. What man? The Israelites, the Jew man. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, and those children of the slave trade that were scattered throughout the diaspora. The man we clearly defined in the book of Exodus chapter 31, verse 16. The children of Israel, which God made a sign between him and the Israelites for an everlasting generation. Christ only spoke to the Israelites, the Jews.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is